So this is what we're going to do. We're going to make our stuffing. My stuffing has, that's about one of the biggest onions that I've ever purchased in my life. So basically what I did was I cut it in half, and I put a quarter and diced it up, put it into this bowl. I have 3 ribs of celery here. We're also going to be using a little bit of thyme leaves. We're going to use pepper, salt. I went out and I got some of the juices from the roasting turkey. And we have a full loaf of bread to chunk up. And we're going to use some powdered garlic. So first we're going to, since we've got everything diced up here, we're going to just tear this up. A lot of people just sit there and they use a knife and they cube it. I don't care. It's all going to be kind of soggy anyhow when it goes, get everything into it. So we're just going to tear up this bread, and we'll be right back as soon as I get this completely tore up and into the bowl. Okay, now that we have our bread all torn up, we're going to add 2 eggs to this. We're also going to bring in our celery. We're just going to pour everything in. There's our onion. We're going to get that in. We're going to bring our about a teaspoon of salt for, oops, that's a little bit too much. Teaspoon of salt. Good dash of pepper. About 1 teaspoon of powdered garlic, and we're going to add some thyme leaves. Not much, but a teaspoon or half a teaspoon. Well, we'll just add a little bit more. And now that we've got all of that in, I'm gonna get the rest of my stuff in, and then we are going to add in the juices from the roasting turkey. They've cooled sufficiently for me to be able to get them into the breading, and we're going to add that in now. Now we're going to mix this all together. And we see that we're going to have to add a little bit more juice, so we'll have to go back out and get some more juice, and I'll be right back. Alright, so now that we've got this, we added a little bit more of the juice in. We got our salt in. We want to make this a little bit on the mushy side. So let's just continue to mix this until it's all mushy. We want to make sure that all of the juices are absorbed by the bread. I'll just add a little bit more of the juice in. I want to add just a little bit more of the salt in, and just a tad of pepper, pinch of pepper. Mix that all in. And now that this is complete, we're going to go out and we're going to stuff our bird. Okay, so you see our turkey is roasting away. What we're going to do is we're going to take the stuffing and put it into the cavity of the bird. You're thinking, well, gee, why didn't you do that in the beginning? Well, remember, in order to ensure that there's no salmonella poisoning for anybody that is eating the stuffing, we do not stuff our turkey ahead of time. All we're going to do is continue to stuff it. We allow the temperature of the turkey to come up to approximately 200 degrees Fahrenheit on the inside. And this will ensure that nobody gets any type of food poisoning, food sickness, whatever. Put a little bit of stuffing on the side and finish up with the front here. Okay, So now that this has been stuffed, we're going to cover it back up and allow it to finish cooking for the next 3 hours. I decided to come out and take the extra juices that I had brought from it back and put it back in. And since I'm out here, I'm going to take some of my thyme leaves and I'm going to sprinkle it on top of my turkey here. And that'll give it a very nice flavor. We're going to get some into the broth also. And that's pretty much all that I want to have my turkey for. Now, please forgive me, we're next to a public hunting area, so if you hear shots in the background, people are out hunting, but we're completely safe where we're at because it's further, about a half a mile down the road. So, when my turkey's done, we'll show you what it looks like when it comes out. Okay, well, our turkey is done. And as you can see, it's falling apart. That's normal for this, the way I cook it. And everything is completely cooked. So we're going to now remove some of the stuffing first before we do anything else. And as you can see, everything is done. Now if you prefer to have your stuffing a little crisp on top, you can always take the stuffing, put it into a bowl, and put it under a broiler for a short amount of time, and that'd be more than enough time for it to crisp up, and then you'll have your nice crisp stuffing. Now as you can see, everything has pretty much fallen apart, and it becomes a little problematic when you go to take the string off, but we'll get to that in 1 minute. I wanted you to see what it looks like when it's finished. There's the string, we'll get that off. But this is literally falling to pieces. This tells you and shows you just how tender the turkey is done with this method. It's just literally falling off the bone. There's the bone. Okay, so everybody, I'm quite sure, is very curious. So let's kind of sneak in here and grab a little bit of our stuffing. Excellent as always. Get a little piece of meat here. There we go. Try this. Moist, juicy, properly seasoned, excellent tasting. You guys really have to try my recipes for Thanksgiving turkey and dressing. Until then, have a great day, enjoy your holiday, and we'll see you on the next video.